Have you ever felt it? That quiet, almost unnoticeable moment when your whole system just hits a wall?
Suddenly, your mind just goes blank. Your body feels heavy, and it goes still.
And your emotions? They just go numb. It's not an explosion, it's not a fight. It's more like a quiet implosion.
Now this response, it isn't a sign that you're weak. It's actually a really profound survival strategy, one your body learned a long, long time ago, way before you had any words for it.
Let's get one thing crystal clear. Shutting down is not a conscious choice you're making. It's a reflex. It's your body stepping in to protect you.
Deep down, way beneath your conscious thoughts, your nervous system is the one making the call. It's saying, okay, this is too much. We got to conserve energy. We have to protect ourselves.
What we're talking about here is the freeze response, and it's this deep, ancient instinct. You see it in nature, right? When an animal knows it can't escape and it can't fight, it freezes. It's not a failing. It's just pure biology.
So the story you might tell yourself about this feels really harsh. You might call it laziness or avoidance or a personal weakness, but the biological truth, it's a survival instinct. It's your body literally conserving its energy, its protection.
So where does a reflex like this even come from? Well, for many of us, the blueprint was drawn way back in our earliest environments, back when we first learned that being still meant being safe.
Maybe you grew up in a home where showing big emotions just wasn't safe, or where conflict would just explode out of nowhere. Maybe your needs were ignored, or you were even punished for having them. You learned, really young, that being invisible felt a whole lot safer than being seen.
And so your nervous system learned a rule. It wasn't a thought you had, it was a feeling, a rule that got etched right into your body. If I stay quiet, I won't get hurt. And just like that, feeling overwhelmed became the trigger for this protective silence.
I want you to think of this as a physiological event. This isn't about your emotions getting the best of you. This is about your system's processing capacity being completely 100% maxed out.
And what causes that flood? Well, it's too many decisions, too much noise, too many expectations coming from other people, and maybe especially from yourself. Too much emotional intensity. Simply, it's just too much pressure.
So when that flood of input comes rushing in, your body does the only logical thing it can. It looks for the off switch. Your brain literally stops processing new information. Your emotions go offline. It's not that you don't care anymore, it's that your system is no longer able to care.
But then comes what is often the hardest part of all. It's the story you tell yourself about the shutdown. It's that heavy layer of shame and self-criticism that you pile right on top of this biological response.
I wonder if any of these sound familiar. I'm just too sensitive. I can't handle life. I'm failing. Or the big one, I should be stronger than this. This is that painful internal monologue that so often comes with shutting down.
So let's just offer a correction to that story right here and now. You're not weak, you are overwhelmed. Your system is doing precisely what it learned to do to keep you safe.
And that's why when someone asks what's wrong, this is often what comes out. I'm fine. And it's not really a lie, is it? It's a reflection of the truth, because in that moment, you don't actually have access to your emotions. You are, for all intents and purposes, emotionally offline.
Here's a gentle question for you to just sit with for a moment. Are you really avoiding the task at hand, or are you avoiding that crushing, unbearable feeling of overwhelm that the task brings with it? See, this isn't about you running from responsibility. It's about your nervous system's deep, powerful instinct to protect you from a feeling it perceives as a threat.
So what's the way through this? It is definitely not about forcing or pushing harder. The path forward is through soothing. It's about regulation, not more pressure.
Let's talk about what doesn't help. More pressure. Pep talks that just feel empty. Someone telling you to just push through it. And absolutely not guilt or shame. All of these things just add more input to a system that is already completely overloaded.
And what does help? Slowness, quiet, anything that grounds you back in your body, creating physical and mental space, finding even a small sense of safety. And then, only when you feel that safety, maybe then you can consider one single small step.
This really is the core truth of it all. Your nervous system doesn't need to be forced. It doesn't need to be wrestled into action. It needs to be soothed back into a state of safety. Real healing comes from gentleness, never from struggle.
Let's let this final thought just settle in. You shut down because you were never taught how to stay safe while also staying present. This isn't some flaw in your character. It is simply the evidence of an unmet need, and it's a skill that you now have the permission to finally learn.